Welcome everyone to Simple Happy Zen. My name is Vera and this is actually a very special video called a minimalist inspiration tag. And this was started a while back by another YouTuber named Sarah from Abundantly Minimal. And she created this tag where we get to answer 6 personal questions about minimalism. So I thought it would be fun to join in. Big thanks to Sarah, and I've put the link to her video in the description box below. Let's go! Let's start with the first question. So the first question is already a difficult one because for me it was not something that I one day up and decided to do, or that I had made like a resolution to become a minimalist or live a more minimal lifestyle or something like that. It was very natural. It grew over time with me, but I guess it started about 5 years ago. I used to be a pretty messy person actually back in the day, and I used to be someone who would cling to their stuff a lot. And for example, when I was on vacation, I would pack a really big suitcase just because I didn't want to be away from my stuff, and it made me feel safe and in control a little bit. So but one day I just had this feeling within myself, like internally, that I wanted my life to be more loose, if you know what I mean. Kind of easy breezy, flexible, free lifestyle. And yeah, that feeling made me want to declutter my room, and that's actually how it started, because I noticed that it made me feel really great. It was really liberating to just let go of any unnecessary stuff that I wasn't using and that wasn't adding value to my life in any way. And I guess that kind of influenced other parts of my life as well. And then one day I read about minimalism, and I started to read more about it, more books and documentaries and videos on YouTube and everything. And that kind of strengthened my belief that this was something that really fits me well, that suits me well, and something that I wanted to pursue more. And I also learned about how this measure of consumerism is affecting our planet and our people, and that made me realize even more that this was something that I wanted to do. So it was kind of like a natural thing for me. It grew over time, but I guess it started around 5 years ago with this internal feeling that I had. So the hardest items to get rid of were definitely, for me, my clothes. Of course, I didn't get rid of all my clothes, but I decluttered my closet, and that was definitely the most difficult thing for me, especially in the beginning, because I used to have actually a kind of a weird relationship with clothes, to be honest. And I used to get like these periods in my life where I would get very insecure, especially in my teens and early 20s. And whenever I got like that, I used to go shopping, buying new clothes, trying to make myself feel better. And then, you know, when the novelty wears off, I would buy more clothes. And yeah, this way I had kind of a closet full of clothes that for a big part I almost never wore. And so decluttering my closet kind of made me face that part of myself as well, and made me think about why I was feeling insecure in the first place. And I was kind of emotional for me sometimes to get rid of those items that I felt kind of represented something in my life. Also, I used to be a lot skinnier, and then when I would declutter my closet, I always found a few items that I couldn't fit into anymore, which was a bummer sometimes, you know, but it really made me like learn to accept myself better, the way I look, my body type also. So I learned a lot from it, and I can honestly say that I don't have these issues anymore because of it. But in the beginning it was very difficult for me, but I'm so happy that I did it. So what helps to inspire me when I have to declutter and I get stuck? I've actually decluttered my home many times before already, so right now I don't really have any excess items that I need to declutter or get rid of anymore. But I used to always watch YouTube videos, documentaries about minimalism, read about minimalism, and that always helped me to get the juices flowing again and wanting to declutter my home. So getting inspired is the main thing that I would recommend. And For me also, whenever I got stuck, I would sit on my small balcony when the weather was nice with a cup of tea. And yeah, this may sound strange, but I used to always watch the birds that flew by. Actually, I still do that. And whenever I watch the birds that kind of lived so freely, I always get the feeling like I want to create more freedom in my own life as well. So that always makes me want to declutter, strange as that may sound. So watching the birds with a cup of tea always put me in the mood. My decluttering process. As I said before, it wasn't really something that I like decluttered my home, my entire home within a month or anything like that. It was something that really grew naturally over time with me. So I would have these decluttering rounds where I would go over the items in my house and get rid of all the things that didn't add value to my life anymore. And I would either, give them away, which is something that I always prefer to do, if possible. If I know someone who would want this item or who giving this item to would make them happy, then that's always my go-to move. Otherwise, I just sell it or recycle it or donate it, or if it's something that I can't do all that other stuff with, then I just get rid of it. So yeah, that's kind of how it looks, what it looks like for me. I also made a video about this, by the way, called Simplify Your Life, which you can find here and here. And in this video, I talk about how I decluttered my entire house and the steps that you can take too if it's something that you want to do and you want to start that decluttering process. So you can check that video out if you're interested. Yeah, I can't even begin to describe this in a few sentences because it has so many benefits for me. I feel like, as I mentioned before, it made my life a lot more free and easy breezy and easier to just enjoy life, I guess. And I think that the more stuff you own, then the more your stuff owns you. And if you have less stuff, then you have less clutter, you have less things to pay for, to worry about, to maintain, to keep clean and keep organized, and it's just a lot less. It's a lot less stuff in your life in general, and that's a great feeling. I also feel like if your house is emptier, then the energy can flow more freely, if you know what I mean. Kind of venturing into hippy dippy land here a little bit, I'm sorry, but it's how I feel. And minimalism also allowed me to question other parts of my life as well. So I guess I'm living a lot more deliberately now, and I can do the things that add value to my life and stop the things that are costing me more energy than I got out of it. So that's a really great thing that it has taught me. And another thing that I learned through minimalism, or minimalism has helped me to learn, is to kind of let go of control a little bit and the need to feel safe. As I said before, I used to be someone who kind of would cling to their stuff in order to feel in control and safe. I always compare it to when you're falling off a precipice and you're gonna keep falling, and you know you're gonna keep falling, but right next to you there's a really big rock that's also falling, and you're just like clinging onto it for dear life. When you know it's actually not gonna do a thing for you in the end. So I used to be like that with my stuff, and now I just feel like I can just trust life's natural ebb and flow and just kind of let go of all the control, the need for control, and the need to own lots of things in order to feel in control. So that's a really big thing that I've learned that really helped me out in all kinds of ways. And lastly, it has also taught me to be a lot more grateful for all the many wonderful things that I already have. And not just the things I have, but also the people in my life, my health, my independence, my safety. Those are all great things, and it's a really wonderful feeling to be grateful. My best piece of advice would definitely be to just go for it and start somewhere. I didn't get it right within a month or anything like that. So just allow it to be your process and yours alone. You don't have to do anything that other people tell you to do. Just follow your own intuition and get inspired. Also, don't start with the heavy, difficult stuff. Just start small. Find some things that you can get rid of that have absolutely no emotional value for you. And then just take the next step and the next step and allow it to kind of grow into your own thing, your own natural thing. I actually also made a video called Minimalism for Beginners, which might be perfect for you. I share the steps that you can take when you're just starting out or when you're kind of stuck what to do next. So I'll link it here and here. Wow, this was really great. Thanks again, Abundantly Minimal, for creating these great questions. I had a lot of fun. And if you liked the video, then please give it a big old thumbs up and hit subscribe if you have not already to Simple Happy Zen. I create a new video every week, so be sure not to miss them. Also, if you have another question for me that I have not answered in the video yet, then please ask it to me in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer it there. I'm gonna go have some lunch now, so I guess I'll see you in a week. Bye bye.